冇事開始。
Good morning, it's Rook Game. No division, I'll have a Rook coin, the boys up. Take one pure smile, turn back into yourself, the which is good. Then the journey through Rook corner, it'll be me, the inferior handless version, doing all the fun stuff today. Cause then, journey, we will be trying to speedrun not one, but two Far Cry games, which are normally steer. But there's a way to get it down to under an hour. How, you may ask? Well, that's why you're here, aren't you? To find out. So, as you can see, we're gonna start the thing here, and then we're gonna put a timer here. I know just how exactly. Okay, again, we'll start it and we'll click on the menu. Well, more stopwatch, is it? Okay, have it set up here. I don't think it should show, right? Immediately here? Hopefully. So if I do this. What's up here? No, it does. Okay, good. Sometime, right? Do this, then this here. And we have to edit this thing down here. Then, don't worry. Mild, annoying number stuff going on here. Okay. Okay, and then put this maybe up here. There we go. And yeah, I'm so confident. Well, no, not confident here. Yeah, that's what's going on here. I'm gonna say you do it with the loading time, but no, that might make it take even longer here. So we're gonna start actually from the beginning here. Difficulty doesn't really matter, nor does the online progress here. Here we go. Man, I think this is one of those rare UBCs had like 6 games in a row here. And compared to the other franchises here, you know? Never quite got that opportunity, unfortunately. Okay. Is this technically started? Yeah. Hopefully it shouldn't be too loud too also, right? Can't tell yet. Yeah, and then this is the mother giving you your last wishes. I think what I'm gonna do is I will set the timer as soon as the gameplay starts. God, can't hear anything. I may have turned the audio down a little bit too much then, in that case. So I can't hear anything either. Holy. Can't change it yet, too. Whatever you intend to bring with you, actually a short gun. You need to bring with you. What's a monkey doing here? Unless, of course, the cutscene audio is also put on some other setting that aligns with like music or something. One of those unfortunate perks that drives me insane. I don't know, it's mostly curious. There's such games though, it's so sturgeous. I need to see what the character looks like. About that self-insert life. Well, either show me the character's face or let me make my own. So I can get a good visualization and imagination what my expressions might be at any given moment in time. Yes, and war-torn dictator environment here. Everyone's gonna constantly worried about drug running. It's illegal smuggling of things and people. Oh! And they're absolutely right. Oh, Jesus. So it came in illegally. Okay, I think we might... If Pan usually right here, they might just... Not... Okay, never mind. I thought we were gonna get into like a tutorial, so subtle tutorial here. Ah, and there's one of the more charming but antagonists of the decade here. The man, the myth, the psychopath. God, if I could edit the volume thing, there's something here. I'm trying to regroup this, it's too quiet. I'm very particular. Stop, shoot, stop, shoot. These words sound the same, but it got out of control. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What did you say? You got out of control. Oh, not the pen. I hate when things get... You wanted a freaking job and you couldn't freaking do it. I got blood on my freaking shoes. There's one silver lining. I didn't completely screw it up here. Get up, boy. I recognize those eyes anywhere. Oops, look a little faster. So sorry about this. This is supposed to be... Well, not this. We have a party waiting for you. I don't think I know your name. Or is this... Is this your +1? It's not a solid type, I like it. Definitely. So this was just a very simple, but you know, if you give them the monkey, just throw their shite together. Oh, would you? That bloody pen I used to capture another, even just a few seconds, just a moment. Ah, that's our parents. Spoke too soon here. One thing, but something behind us and we're off on a grand adventure. Cleared my calendar for you. Now I'm gonna tear shite. Oh. What? And then here, I think. Okay, yeah, I think they tied the cutscene off the music volume. That's right, you couldn't hear anything. And yep, now it's actually getting loud here. Just like I thought would happen here. Yeah, I'll turn the timer on as soon as we have control of our actions here. Still not yet here. It was definitely the taste all gritty and dark, and leaves the bitter, salty aftertaste where it clings to the back of the throat. Or so I'm told. It's not me, it's not you. It's the rebel group that lives right next to him. Oh, he twisted that a fork in his body there. It's not meant to be humorous, but it was quite humorous. Some dark humor for you there. He's using his phone, poor guy's phone there. And I think, yep, now we're transitioning to the gameplay here. Can I sit it all? No? I guess it's the best we can do here. Awkwardly squat at the dinner table. And now we're gonna start the timer here. It's short, right? Okay, good. Some parts we can cover, I guess, but that's not the big deal here. Now, you may think, there's no way you can actually speedrun this whole game, right? There's just too many darn missions. But in fact, there is. And it starts enjoying this lovely food before our table. This feast that we're given. Quite delicious now, isn't it? Well, for its time. Though to be fair, I also turned graphics down a little bit here. I really wish it did though. Because then it actually make me feel better. Otherwise, I suppose there's not much you can do about that here. The only thing about we're players in multiple infinite games every day of our life. There's no such thing as being the winner in a marriage. And there's this thing as winning. That's like in global issues, and definitely no such thing as winning in business, because this is an infinite game. And yet, when we listen to the language of too many leaders, they talk about being number one, being the best, and being their competition based on what there's no agreed upon objective. There's no agreed upon time frames. And so what ends up happening is you have people building organization, leading with a finite mindset, playing to win in a game where there's no such thing as winning. And you play with a finite mindset, infinite game, there's very few predictable and consistent outcomes, amongst which this includes the decline of trust, decline of cooperation, decline of innovation, all of which contribute to the eventual demise of the organization itself. People start business with the goal of winning or being number one and playing games and streaming. And that's a problem because I've never met a CEO or leader that doesn't believe that people are important. The problem is we're on the priority list. You know, continue the presentation where they put the priorities on the wall. You know, number one, growth. Number two, shareholders value. Number three, a customer number for employees. I don't see it. I don't see they care about the people. And the reality is, as social animals, as humans, we want to work for and we're willing to give our blood, sweat, and tears to leaders who understand that the balance of those two essential currencies, the balance of those two things, is, will, has to, and will be, has to come before resources, before infinite materials, before anything physical. Over the course of the 80s and 90s, we've seen systems produced where we've seen the general population, the middle class, actually be less included in that success. And the reason you see so many people write about this infinite game that we play is because many authors, many spectators have gotten tired of being told by people in positions of authority or people of extreme wealth that they are naive, that they don't understand how business works. And for many years, even despite being told that, despite believing them, one day they thought, maybe I'm not the dumb one. Maybe I thought I was the dumb one before. We all felt that because they have the power, they have the authority, they have the money, they know more than we do. But we still got to work. Both of us still have to work. Just one of us works less than the other. And then you feel uncomfortable, and it turns out that discomfort, that gut feeling, there's something wrong here. Turns out the majority actually knows something, and to me, this is a world as clear as day moment that the people have learned to game the system. That discomfort we feel was actually right. We are actually right. Because they don't actually understand the game they're in. They think this business is an infinite game. But when they play with an infinite mindset, lots of people will suffer. Including the companies that they themselves are trying to build or they think they're saving. That's the great irony, you know? The great irony is the way that people build great companies is with an infinite mindset. The way you build great companies is by prioritizing the people, which are the truly infinite, untapped resource. Before profit, the way you build great companies, the way you build and gain great company is with resources. Not to say that both things aren't important, but it has to be this general leaning where we can feel when we come to work and feel like we're part of something bigger than ourselves, more than just the usual coercion and propaganda that are shoved down our throat. That we have to feel this effort is worth more than simply the money we make, you know? Running the business is the same as getting healthy. It's a lifestyle. Leadership is a lifestyle, infinite mindset, an infinite grind. This lifestyle, you can't get healthy by constantly thinking something that will last won't last. For example, you can't get healthy by going to the gym for 9 hours. It doesn't work. But if you go every single day for 20 minutes at least, you'll absolutely get into shape 100%. But I don't know when. And it could be just because it's different times or different people. But leading and following is the exact same thing. You can absolutely have fitness because you can absolutely have infinite goals within the infinite context of being healthy. But there's a practice that you have to do. You have to get enough sleep. You have to go to the gym. You have to eat well. You have to drink well. You have to sleep well. You have to protect your relationship, you know? Because healthy relationships really matter to our health. And you have to do all those things vigilantly and together at once. It can be really difficult. But if you miss your health goal, it's okay. You keep working at it, and you know, you will hit it. This is the same. Who says that you have to meet this goal on this arbitrary date now? Besides just other humans, same as you, with flaws, desires, goals, ulterior motives. They're the same as you. helps their drive, and it's good to have incentives. And although we're very goal-oriented species, but it's fine. But if we miss the thing that's most important, it's also fine. We just need to keep working towards it. Like the guidance that we get, these rules are not absolute because they're arbitrary. They're made by humans who, again, possess flaws, can make mistakes, can sometimes be blind to certain obvious things that others are able to see clear as day. These arbitrary days, these arbitrary numbers, and even if you do hit your fitness goal, you don't get to stop working out. You have to keep going for the rest of your life. That's an infinite practice. They have to keep applying in practice. You don't get to stop working out. You have to keep going for the rest of your life. We're not all Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. We're not all visionaries. We don't all have to have a vision. But we do have to have a vision that we can find someone else's vision. And we are so compelled by it that I want to make it our own Martin Luther King. This MLK had a vision. He stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and told us his vision. His vision became our visions. And our visions became our predecessors' visions. I may not have come up with that vision, but I found it, I like it, and I like to devote that time and energy to help advance it and advocate it. Even beyond them, we have to give our people our ones just cause. Because we have to know we have trusting teams. We have to create environments inside our organization in which people feel psychologically safe, physically safe, and financially safe. Safe enough to raise their hand and say, I made a mistake, or I need help. With the absence of trusting teams of people that we can rely on, this means we have groups of people lying, hiding, and faking. And that comes from good old-fashioned leadership. This leadership is not about being in charge, it's about taking care of those in our charge. And the very responsibility of a leader is not to drive performance. Leaders are not responsible for the results. Leaders are responsible for the people who are responsible for the results. And the problem is we don't teach people how to lead. When you're very, very junior, we give people tons of training how to do their job, how to do this, how to do that, how to ask this, how to ask that. And some people get advanced degrees just to do their job, just because they need it to do their job. So be good at them. If you're really good at your job, one day you'll be promoted. And then you get promoted to a position where you're now responsible for the people who do the job you used to do. And we don't teach how to do that. So how do we expect people to be good at their jobs if we didn't train to how to do it? But would you go to see a doctor and go to medical school? No. So why would we work for a leader who has no training for leading? And being a leader, that's how we get toxicity. It's not because they're bad people, it's because they don't know what they're doing. They're ignorant. They're blind, whether willfully or unwillingly. And hopefully, most importantly, they're willing to learn. And they're making it up as they go along. And those lucky times they get to go up for a great leader, well, they're lucky that they probably had a great leader before them. But they learned it somewhere else. Or maybe they had a terrible leader and committed to do the total opposite of everything. The point is they learned it well. We have to teach leadership so that leaders can create environments in which all of us can work to our natural best that produces trusting teams. What does it mean to be healthy? You're asking me the question? What does it mean to be a great parent? Well, same as like being a leader. I don't have 5 things to be a great parent. I don't have any numbers, no lists, no countdowns, no top 5s, top 10s, top 100s. It's a lifestyle. And its aim comes number 1 with the commitment that I'm responsible for the life of another human being. The growth of another human being, the closest thing to leadership, is parenting. You have the infinite student of parenting, you know? You want to be a parent? You ask your friends. You ask your own parents. You join groups. You read magazines. You watch talk shows. Whatever it is, you're constantly consuming how to deal with this constantly changing challenge of being a parent, of being a leader to the younger audience, to those you gave life to and put into this world. Because it's ups and downs and successes and failures, you know? That's what it is. It's leadership. There are same leaders, great leaders, which are students of leadership. No matter how achieved they are, maybe they're still learning. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle of what I need to do to look after people, which includes things like listening, learning how to give and receive feedback, learning how to effective confrontation, how to discipline when necessary in a way that's constructive, how to roam the halls, get to know people, learning what it means to ask so many questions. Learning as well, how do you ask questions? You know, Like some people are naturally good at being curious about other human beings, a little too much in fact, and some people are often just chronologically uncomfortable because they're introverts or whatever, or social awkward or whatever those mythical creatures are that you rarely see. We can learn. You can learn. You you know how do you learn? To remember people's name. For example, one can be bad at names. No, just decide you're bad at names. You can learn to be good at names. So when you walk down the hall and say, hey, John, John Doe. Oh my God, he remembers my name. It's a nice feeling. It's a lifestyle right there. There are many, many things we have to constantly work on to be a great leader, to create that environment. So listen to the guy who does what I do, but better. He's extremely well respected. He does extremely good work. I despise him. Yet he's always been very nice to me when I see him professionally. I have this irrational hatred of him. And whenever a name comes out, like it drives me nuts. Like people bring it like, oh, we hired him and look up. And because I don't like him, I'm really competitive with him. And then when we'll go online and look at their book rankings, and then check them out, and then try to figure out what goes on in their head, you don't see anybody else. You just see him. And if everyone else becomes the headless figure, you get this smug feeling like it's only you and him in this tiny enclosed bubble here. But when you suppress him, it becomes just another egghead to you. You get really pissed off, you know, because you're constantly looking for next stimulation to drive you forward. So anyway, although one has the ability to speak, it's not always about you as an individual. It can be about others around you more as well here. If you both happen to stand on the same stage, however, you have the opportunity to speak at the same event, not a different block segment, like you in the morning, them in the afternoon, or them in the morning, or them in the morning, you in the afternoon, in reverse afterwards, of being interviewed or something, like together, talking together on the same stage here. And then some third party, this would be fun if you introduce each other, and then so you go first and look at him, and you say, you make me really insecure. All of your strengths are all my weaknesses, and when your name comes up, it makes me really uncomfortable. And then he looks at you, and he says, funny, I felt the same about you. The reason is you have such a irrational hatred of him, and nothing to do with him. Had to do with you. He's your worthy rival. His strengths reveal your own weaknesses, and instead of confronting, taking a hard look at yourself and valuing those weaknesses, then working on those weaknesses, it was much easier to take all the negative energy and direct it towards him. In other words, to be competitive, to want to beat him, it's a very cathartic experience. Then you and him become very close friends and work together. You no longer check his ranking against yours, and because you share the same cause, you can actually work together. And so what you recognize, and what I've recognized, is this same business. So often you have these competitors, sometimes their own teams, they want to beat them, and they rise above them, get a better pay than them, look down on them, lead them, tell them what to do. And then we've all had experience. One of our colleagues got promotion, we got upset, right? We got angry at somebody else's success. Think about that for a second. Why can't we share and enjoy what it is about them that's being revealed to us? Why is it this knowledge being shared to you that's the problem here? And so instead of having worthy rivals, instead of being competitors, all fighting against each other, competing against each other, or seeing them as other players we set to beat, the problem becomes there is no finish line. Since you are both racing in tandem. And so we're obsessed with beating the other company, the other person, the other group, the other faction, the other person that's not you. And at some point, you're sure you're ahead in whatever metric you chose, until we're right at what expense, at what cost. It's not sustainable. But rather the other players inside your industry, outside our industry, on our own teams, we can choose our own worthy rivals. Their strengths reveal your weaknesses, and by having your weaknesses revealed, it means you have the opportunity to grow and improve. The infinite game at its core is basically a game of constant improvement. And so worthy of rivals reveal to us our weaknesses and our opportunities to improve. Oh, I didn't even realize it crashed there. Got a little too into that. Whoops. Seriously, what even happened there? The heck? Alright, screw that noise then. We're gonna do this. God damn it. Why is it gotta be like this? That's annoying. I'll leave the timer going anyways, though. I don't see that as a weakness, that's a strength. Okay, here we go. I really don't know why they will put us sitting back down though. We just stood there the whole time. It's all about the same thing anyway, right? Well, that's not no sense too. Probably just teleport again here. Rode in a private helicopter. Oh my god, everything just occasionally freezing here. That's annoying. Where's the place? Oh, it's memory of. Okay, so that's a mother. I assume that's a. The daughter's ashes then? I love you and will always be with you. It's probably the same cutscene you get if you try the other ending. It is when you open the door here. This is Schrodinger's ending. Open the door, we go back to the Pagan Ming route. And I'm gonna hide this, of course, cause music bad. So now we're gonna move to Far Cry 5 here. This one should be a little longer, so you don't have to do the wait here. So, nah, I think it's fine actually to leave it as is. Hopefully this one doesn't crash though, that would suck horribly. Things start up here, it just taking a while to go up here. If I could ram both of us, I would close it and immediately start the next one here. But even with just one game running, it still crashed midway. Very unfortunate, but that's what it is. Here we go. Can I grab it at all here? No? Seriously? Pain. There we go. Oh, this one's downcraft. Can I skip this, please? Don't want to watch that. Ah! Hipster music, no! Worst enemy. Hold on. Audio. Where is it? There it is. Meta. That's for multiplayer stuff. We're not to worry about that. There we go. Is there really not? Is there like advanced audio settings here or something? Really? Nothing? Alright. Okay, yeah, let's look at all this. Wow. Hello as heck. Again, difficulty. But pick it, it doesn't matter. What was that? Yeah, why you can create it again, but okay. Here we go. Welcome to Sinner Hope County. I saw on the right hand of him who sat on the throne. Scroll written was on the back seal a 7th seal. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, "Who is worthy to open the scroll and to loose its seals?" Book of Revelation, chapter 5, verse 1 and 2. This timer still going here, then freeze again too. No, we're good, okay. Goodness. So we're playing timer, so yeah, I'm just gonna let the timer go as well, even with all this loading shenanigans I gotta do here. Actually, I can just pause it, can't I? This. Wait. And they're gonna make us as not.
I just call it home.
Lived here my whole life.
This is one of those guys that probably mutes in the background here.
Maybe that's what blinded us to how ugly the people were getting. Good day to you, brother.
You don't understand. No one took these groups seriously.
They were different. Religious. Militant. It was a goddamn cult.
So the crusade, essentially.
They started buying up every farm for miles. Then the radio station. Not long after that, they even had the fucking cops.
Their own sovereign religious state. Built right here. Under our noses.
Ain't no one coming to help us. The government can't do shit. We're on our own.
So we save those lost souls, whether they want to be saved or not.
People don't want to believe groups like this exist.
People are scared, man.
Some will wish to harm us. Some will wish to destroy all that we have built here together. And some will betray us.
Alright.
We don't know what he's capable of. Who? Their leader.
Joseph Seed.
They call him the Father.
And those in the outside world are blind. They do not believe. They have no faith. But I will make them see.
Tearing out their eyes. My bare hands. Or crushing their eyes with my own hands.
Hey, Rookie. Rookie. You're wasting your time. There's no signal out here.
Someone still got the footage though.
Crossing over the
Magically.
Hampton now. Oh, fuck. There he is. Crazy motherfucker. Jesus. We're officially in Peggy country.
Honestly impressed
How much longer?
that apparently this is one state that managed to get a statue that high built.
You want me to ignore a federal warrant, Sheriff? No, sir. I want you to understand the reality of this situation. Joseph Seed, he's not a man to be fucked with. We We've had run-ins with them before. They haven't always gone our way. Just sometimes. Sometimes it's best to leave well enough alone. Yeah, well, we have laws for a reason, Sheriff. And Joseph Seed's gonna learn that. Pratt, open a comm with dispatch. 10-4. White Horse to dispatch, over. Over here, General. We're approaching the compound, Nancy. Over. Roger, Sheriff. You still planning to go through with this? Over. We are. Unfortunately, still trying to talk some sense into our friend, the Marshal. Over. All right. Lucky I'm not there. Get into any trouble, you just let me know. Over. 10-4, over and out. Maybe we should have brought Nancy along with us instead of the probie. These Peggies wouldn't fuck with her. Pratt, why do you keep calling them Peggies? Project at Eden's Gate, PEG. Peggies is what the locals call them. You know, they started off harmless enough a few years back, but now they are armed to the teeth. Yeah, they're looking for a fight. Are you scared, Sheriff? We're here. Compound's just below.
No, we're concerned.
Oh my Jesus. This is a bad idea. Last chance, Marshal.
So you just send in the local cops
We're going in.
instead of bringing the whole US Guard here. Just people specialize in
Roger that.
state rebellion. About solely for that purpose here.
Dispatch. You still
Wherever their supplier is,
Go ahead, Sheriff. You don't hear from us.
just have to get them flamethrowers.
Everyone, call the goddamn National Guard if you have to. Over. Yes, sir, Sheriff. I'll be praying for you.
Now listen up. 3 rules. Stick close. Keep your guns in your holsters. And let me do the talking. Got it? Got it. Rookie! All right, everyone. Stay sharp. Let's go!
Oh, and then we're gonna soon get control there. That's when we turn the timer back on. Here we go. Start this again, man. Is it running here? It is. Okay, perfect.
Eyes open. These folks can spook easily.
Rook, on me. Stay loose.
Be calm.
Well,
Stay
got my
calm.
name just so that was a bit
Go about your business.
discouraging. He just pulled that guy with a large scale out from his ass crack there.
Just fine.
Jesus Christ. You're wearing badges, aren't you?
Yeah, but they don't respect badges much out here.
They'll respect a 9mm.
Not every problem can be solved with a bullet, Marshal.
Don't make trouble, mister.
They're literally sitting us in right now. Closing every door we go through here. Hailing us, creating one large encirclement.
Whoa, Marshal. When we do this, we do it my way. Quietly. Calmly. You got it?
Fine.
Hudson on the door. Watch our backs. Don't let any of these people get in. Rookie, on me. And you, just try not to do anything stupid.
Relax, Sheriff. You're about to get your name in the paper.
You'll be fine.
Something is coming. You can feel it, can you? We are creeping toward the edge.
I don't have control
There
anymore.
will be a reckoning. That is why we started the project. Because we know what happens next. They will come. They will try to take from us. Take our guns. Take our freedom. Take our faith.
Is everyone?
We will not let them.
Single person, this chef have
We
a
will
weapon
not
here.
let their greed, or their immorality, or
So
their
why is his
cruelty
shirt off?
hurt us anymore.
Sheriff,
There will be no more suffering.
Joseph Seed! warrant issued for your arrest on the suspicion of kidnapping with the intent to harm. Now, I want you to step forward and keep your hands where I can see them.
There they are. The locusts in our garden. See, they've come for me. They've come to take me away from you. They've come to destroy.
He's not complying with orders here. Nine warning shots to the chest, right?
Hold on and don't stand down! Stand down! Everyone calm down!
We knew this moment would come. We've prepared for it. Go. Go. God will not let them take me.
Right.
I saw when the lamb opened.
It's him that won't let you, huh?
And I heard, as it were the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts say, "Come and see."
Step forward.
And I saw. And behold,
He's threatening a police officer. 9 warning shots to the chest.
and hell followed with him.
Rookie, cuff this son of a bitch.
God will not let you take me.
Now right here you can just see in the back. Those are the 3 mini bosses. Wow, it feels really weird to actually. Well, this game's one of those rare times, you know, where it's like the nickname, whatever character you're playing, shares the one as the same one that I picked as my V song line here. But it's like, yes, that is me speaking here. It's like, come on. Do I really have to do it? That sounds like a horrible idea if you think about it. Though I don't know actually how long you have to wait to get our glorious ending. I do wish for these ones that the weird part is just like a left or right choice here.
Well enough alone.
There we go.
We're leaving, Rook.
What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Sheriff, get back there.
Shut up and listen. You put those cuffs on him. None of us get out of here alive.
Starring right up
I'll
on.
have you all arrested.
So be it.
There we go. And now we actually got our ending without the game crashing on us here. There we go. I didn't think that would take half an hour instead. It would be a little shorter than that. But that has been Far Cry 4 and Far Cry 5. All done in one stream here. So with that, well, we're done here. Time to switch. Thank you for watching. This has been Rook Game. New division out to have a Rook or worst time man blind must say 1 million pure smile turn back to your younger self. Do what you curse. I always wanted to do this actually, just I could never find the time for it, you know? So I always want to do something else first. Boom. No, actually I was doing this. Oh great. We got it here. Sweet. If you like what you saw, since you're distressed, we're going to a corner on you do the same thing. Just curse the dark inside myself, and then once I done, come crawling right on back to Rook Games. Thank you everyone for watching. Good morning. Yeah.